Shine Runner's Racing Radio Show is dedicated to the fans, drivers, promoters, and most importantly, the families of local auto racing. Our mission and commitment is to help build, promote, and support the local tracks across the country.
Stay tuned. You're watching Shine Runner's Racing Radio. Y'all have to see the revenue numbers. And a happy Wednesday to you, everybody. Hope everybody's had a wonderful week so far. Hollywood, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. Got me a brand new hat.
I noticed
courtesy
that,
of
man.
the JYD.
Up in here in the Allison going on.
That's
It's
right.
good to hear that the JYD was over at your shop the other night, you know, working on the car and getting things ready to leave it in the trailer Saturday.
I've caught a lot of grief on that.
I know,
man.
I had to throw that
But,
in there.
yeah.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you. You know, we got the whole crew in the house tonight.
That's right.
And Racin Ryan, how are you doing, partner?
I'm good.
Good, man. Magic Mike?
I'm doing well, and I'd like to give a shout out to a few people, if I could. I'd like to give a shout out to Dave Rutherford out of Glen Burnie, Maryland. He's drives a super late model, all about doors, 1K car. He's going to be on the show here in the next few weeks.
Awesome, man.
And Cody Robbins out of Mansfield, Louisiana, the number 27 Elite non-wing sprint car. He's going to be doing a little bit of USAC racing coming up here next year. And also Scott Allen out of Lancaster, Ohio, with the Scott Allen Logistics 3SA super late model. I want to give those guys a shout out, and a big shout out to Michelle Riley. We're friends in the Dirt Track Racing group on Facebook, and she's helped get these drivers together. So big thanks to her too.
Cool, and a lot of cool things coming up with that as we have the phone lines that are now available. So if anybody wants to call in, and it kind of offers that we could go anywhere with this, AJ. You know, I mean, anybody could call from all over the place. Just get in contact with Tabitha at Redline Speed Shop, and she can get you hooked up. Shandi,
That's
how
right.
you doing? I know you've had a stressful week, girl.
I have. It was midterm week, but now it's fall break.
She must not have been studying too hard because she's been giving me grief the whole week.
All week long. Tabitha, how are you doing, dear?
I'm doing well.
How was the lights down in how was Christmas lights down in Rockingham? Y'all got a good combination
pretty
of
red.
red and green going on down there. You know, before we get the show sparked off here this evening, we do want to do a special thing as we do a lot with the racing families and all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we are going to turn it over to the Shine Runners Racing Radio chaplain, Miss Betty Kitchen.
If you would join with us, please. Lord, we just thank you for bringing us back again this week, keeping us all together and keeping us safe. Lord, we ask that you continue to bless each of us. Let us be a use for you, Lord, and to remember that everything that we do is by your grace. Father, we ask that you continue to be with those that have been through the storms. Lord, we know that we have so many of them that just need a touch from your hand and to know that there's somebody that's there with them. Lord, we ask that you continue to send the people that is necessary to be there for them and to assist them and help us to be able to be the ones to be able to help them as well. Lord, we ask that you be with those that are not here for whatever reason. Keep them safe. Let them know that we miss them and we love them. Lord, we ask that you just continue to bless what we do here and bless our hands of what we lay our hands upon. Father, we ask that you bless the food and bless the ones that has prepared it. Father, in your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen. And as we always do, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd please stand for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we... Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched so gallantly stream. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do- star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the home of the
I'll tell you what, that was a rather orchestrated good thing there, man. We got, and you know, it was so good we had to do it twice. You know,
Yeah.
appreciate the restart there. It was all good here.
We had
getting
to
things
change
together.
it up from Lee Greenwood a little bit because we got in a little trouble. And you know what? That's a shame, ain't it?
Yeah,
We get in trouble.
I mean, just as soon as we played it last time, we started getting we got
Yeah.
a violation for doing
faced
it.
with copyright laws or something. So.
Oh well, you know what? Speaking of, we ain't got to worry about copyright laws tonight, man.
That's
We got
right.
a lot of good things coming in. We've got Red Fisher's going to be coming in, and they're doing big things down at Dunn Benson Ford Motorsports. Glad to see it spark back up and starting to do well. And Red's going to tell us a lot about that, as well as we got Mike Evok in the house. A big race coming up this weekend
Oh,
down
yeah.
at Fayetteville Motor Speedway. And I tell you what, it's all for racing for heroes, man. And we're going to find out a little bit more about that information tonight. And something that is very intriguing, we've never had a chance to tap into this, RC car racing. I mean, dirt late model RC cars. And he brought that thing in, man. He's going to let everybody see it tonight. We're going to figure out what that's all about.
You reckon they'll let me drive it?
I don't know, maybe. as long as we don't get no dirt on it. Why you smiling, Shandi?
Because that's the only thing you will be driving.
Oh. Well, see, we got
Well, see, the problem that I've been hearing this all week, see, she needs to just remember now, it all come full circle, so don't talk too much if you can't back it up. I mean, I've been playing it cool.
Well, it's been crazy all week long with you two, back and forth, and a lot of fun goes on behind the scenes. A lot of people don't hear about or see about. But man, I think that's what we actually need to start videoing, is the actually behind the scenes stuff that's going on.
Yeah, we'll have to put that on after 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
When the kids go to bed.
Like I said, got a lot of stuff coming up, man. We got the weekly winter circle for a few races last weekend. Not a whole lot went down. Mother Nature took care of a lot of it, but did get some racing going on in our area as well as a couple other different areas. And this weekend got some cool racing going on. Looking forward. Are you actually going back down to Rockfish this weekend?
Yeah, I'm going back to Rockfish, and I don't care what happens this weekend. I'm going to go out on that racetrack. If a damn tornado comes through, I'm going to be on that racetrack.
But not if it's raining.
Huh? If it's raining or whatever, I can put boat paddles on them tires.
Did you
or
notice
something.
she's got a little feistiness in her
I
here in
know
the
she
past
does.
week or
You know,
so?
that's coming for a lot for somebody who's only been dating a race car driver for like a month. You learn quick.
Knowledgeable.
The knowledge, all the knowledge is there.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna tap into a commercial, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're gonna have Mr. Red Fisher in the house, and I absolutely can't wait to talk to him. I know he's got a lot of stories about the good old days of racing, as well as all the cool stuff that they're gonna be coming up with here at Dunn Benson Ford Motorsports, and we're gonna be talking to him next. So, take it on down. Look at those parts to put you in the winner circle? Let Redline Speed Shop be your one stop for all performance needs. From straight strip to left turns, they have it all. Tires, fuel, and safety equipment, and that's just the beginning. Come by today, 404 Hope Mills Road, and get your win on with Redline Speed Shop. Looking to ease the pain of cooking for your guests? Tired of hosting the party but staying on the grill all night? Let us help you. Racin Rooster, a fully functional rolling kitchen loaded with the official chicken wings of Shy Runners Racing Radio. Owned and operated by Tony and Bobby Jackson. Contact them at 910-237-4565 or jackson.bobby@yahoo.com. Ragin' Rooster Wings. Come get you some. What you're about to witness is a true and factual story. While enjoying a nice summer day at the racetrack, Emmett, unbeknownst to him, ate an astronomical amount of turd circle burners. What happened next is why you should choose A1 portable toilets.
Have those racetrack hot dogs ever made a second appearance? Have you scampering around like the last lap dash of the Daytona 500? Well, worry no more. With A1 portable toilets on your backside, you will have the best seat in the house. A1 Portable Toilet's a premier choice for all types of portable toilet needs. Construction sites, racetracks, events, big and small, A1 can handle them all. Contact them today at 910-484-5219 or A1PortableToilets@AOL.com.
And back at the still, ladies and gentlemen.
say can
How you doing, Red?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Great, man. You know, I was going through thinking and talking to a few people, and I was telling them that you were coming on the show this week, and they said that you could probably sit here and talk about racing all night long.
Between me and Felicia and Burt Kitchen, I'm sure we could. We could have us a good old reunion right here tonight.
We actually had a show, I think it was our second or third show. We had Mike Parker on and Dad on, and you know, Mike was talking about his job for the race car was actually to take it down to the service station and charge the batteries on it. And I know you're full of a lot of them good stories.
Yeah. We used to race with Felicia's daddy and brother, and Wayne Tyndall and all of us. Tell you this, whenever it used to rain the race out at Fayetteville, we would all pile up and end up at Felicia's house. And we'd cook steaks and act ignorant and all that, just have a good time down there. So we always look forward to the raining, to when it rained the races out.
I can remember some of those good times, and gosh, you know, it's funny that I used to say back in those days, Dad, how can you listen to this music? And now when my radio turns on, it's all Ronnie Millsap and
Now,
Hank
that's what I'm
Sr.
talking
and
about.
Fair and Young and all them Conway Twitty and
It's funny when the JYD was there at the house the other night. We had that music playing, but it was about to get bad about midnight. We had to shut her down.
It's too bad you can't hear music like that now. Though.
yeah. Red, you got some cool things going on, man. You're working now down at Dunn Benson Ford Motorsports. And tell us a little bit about all they got going on down there.
I look forward to telling you that. But first of all, Miss Betty, I want to tell you that you do a fine job. Your prayer and I like it. I like that. That's good. But whenever we were back at Fayetteville on, I guess 2 or 3 months ago, running the Lucas Oil race, I had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Kemp, and he kind of sparked on something there, and we've been working on it now for a while. And this week I started at Dunn Benson, and I'm looking forward to the things that we're going to accomplish there.
That's good, man. Y'all got a lot of different parts. Y'all sell fuels. I mean, all kinds of stuff that you got going. You were even talking a little bit earlier for all you go-kart guys out there. If you're looking to get go-kart parts or whatnot, they can get in contact with you up there as well.
Exactly. We can. The place where we get our parts from has over 1 million part numbers.
Good gracious.
It's called Motor State, and if it has to do with some type of racing vehicle, whether it be a dirt track car, a drag car, a go-kart, hot rod, show car, or whatever, we can get the stuff to fix it with.
Awesome, man. You know, we've got a lot of folks that come out and they're actually into building bodies and stuff of that nature. And y'all got all different colors. I think you just showed AJ a lot of the different colors of side panel metal and everything.
We got the aluminum sheet metal for the bodies on the cars. We got the plastic noses. We got the fender flares, rocker panels, rivets, everything that's needed for it.
Rick, what's your usual turnaround time on it? Like, say if it's that hard to get part that maybe y'all don't have in, you get to order it. How long can it take for it to get it in?
Within 2 or 3 days, I can have just about anything somebody wants.
Right. And can you rush it if need be?
I can.
Yep.
I can. If somebody's willing to pay that extra shipping for it, we can get whatever they want and have it here tomorrow.
Right.
I'm saying they do used parts as well.
We got some good used racing parts there. It could be anything. It could be belts that's been used in the past, brake rotors, tires, wheels.
So do you do it on consignment, or how does that work? Because we're just trying to find out. I mean, because Matt just started dating Shandi, you know, and there's going to be parts he's going to have to take off that sprint car to bring down there, and so that we can take her out to eat and whatnot. You know?
He's already had. Shandy didn't bring any money for a shirt, so she's like, Matt, I need some money. It's
Yeah.
already started now.
Yeah. So as far as like on the used parts thing, do people bring them to you? Do y'all buy them from people, or how does that work?
The used parts that we have right now come from our race team. Like I say, used tires, used wheels. There's a set of belts there that Earl has used in the past. And everything that's up there is for sale.
And you can near about get some of them things autographed and
Yeah.
sell them for a good penny.
Right. Now, will y'all be doing the, like last year, I know y'all did the sale, or Dunn Benson did. Are they going to do that again this year in the off-season?
Swap meet.
Right, swap meet.
Yeah, I believe swap meet's in the making right now, and there'll be some more details coming out about that before too much longer.
Right. And y'all actually had cars that Earl had drove that y'all were selling. Did you get both of those sold?
Well, there was one of them that was sold. We got 2 cars left, and we'll probably finish out the season with those. I'm assuming they will be for sale later on this year.
Yeah, that was a deal. I think it was a Club 29 that you guys had, or
Longhorn.
the Longhorn. And but that's a steal on that, because you're gonna get top of the line stuff if you buying that car.
They came and picked that one up this past Sunday.
So
Somebody
Red,
gotta win
you
one.
you've been around a lot of motorsports. Is being around like Earl Pearson Jr. You know, he travels. Y'all's racing team goes to a lot of different places. It's not just a hang around on the weekend kind of deal. Is that feel different to you, or I mean, are you still attracted to the local guys, or is it, you know, I'm just.
Well, it works both ways. Of course, I'm still attracted to the local guys because I know a lot of them. A lot of them are my friends. Believe it or not, but you're one of my friends too.
Oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
But I'm looking forward to going to some places that I've never been before, and some tracks that I haven't seen. And I look forward to learning a lot, learning about what it takes to go fast, and what it takes to do that.
And it's a blessing, man, to actually, you know, come into a job like this. And it's something that you absolutely love. And Daddy's always told me, he said, son, if you find something you really love, you never go to work a day in your life. I'm still trying to find that.
I look forward to it every morning.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm there 30 minutes, 45 minutes early, and I'm just looking forward.
Yeah, having that whole racing atmosphere around you at all times. It's kind of like being in this studio, man. I mean, we're surrounded by a lot of different stuff in here, racing memorabilia, you know what I'm saying? Even you with your Davey Allison, go get them hat on.
That's right.
You know, it's just, you're surrounded by that feeling, and you get that all day. You know, that's got to be great.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought you were talking to him about his hat. Yeah, the one big reason why I accepted the position at Dunn Benson Motorsports was because I have always been such a race fan. And Wayne Tyndall, if he didn't ever do anything else, he give that to me. And it's just a part of my life now, and it has been for a long time.
And now, what's the address down there is 1300 North Ellis Avenue in Dunn, 28334. And what are y'all's hours down there?
I usually get there every morning about 7:30, and right now I'm leaving about 5 o'clock. But eventually the store will be open till 8:30. If somebody gets off work a little bit late, needs me to stay later to get them something, have something ready for them to come by and pick it up, just call us and let us know.
Well, you gonna do any traveling with them at all?
Some I won't be able to do much because somebody's got to be
That's
at the
right.
store.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but I will be able to go to a race here and there, and I look forward to that.
You reckon there's any room for two rednecks to like to talk about racing, maybe to sweep the hauler or something? You know what I'm saying? We'll pick up trash. We're good trash guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, just something. You know,
There won't be a piece of trash in that
I'll
place.
do it. We might have some tires that need washing or something like
And
that.
I'm a great tire washer.
We actually went down, man. I tell you what, whenever they were doing the Wayne Gray Jr. Memorial, the big Lucas Oil race that come to Fayetteville, we went down, and Dunn Benson Ford was having the car show and the race day pre-show, this, that, and other. And we had a chance to talk to Earl and a lot of the sales guys up there. And, man, I'm going to tell you what, I felt at home that day. There's a lot of great folks that are roaming around Dunn Benson Ford. And, you know, even if you're looking for a new car, you know, not just the whole motorsports aspect of it. If you're looking for a new car, you can slide down, take a look. They got a big selection down there as well. You know, is it Pfeiffer?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Ralph Pfeiffer.
Ralph Pfeiffer. He come to the announcer stand a couple times when I was announcing in Fayetteville Motor Speedway, and I got to know him. Yeah. And he's a really good guy as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people there. I'm very fortunate to be associated with Mr. Carlton, a fine man. Just I can't say anything bad about him. I don't believe anybody else could either. But Mr. Carlton and Kemp have just made me feel like part of the family.
That's great.
And that's Wayne Castleberry, that's how he mentioned it on Facebook this week whenever he done a post. He welcomed me to the family, and that's exactly how I feel. I'm very fortunate.
Well, cool, man. So you got a way that folks can get in contact with you?
Absolutely. The phone number at the store is 910-230-0669. My cell phone number is 910-990-2226. And the email address at the shop is info@dunbensonmotorsports.com.
Cool. You got something racing, Ryan?
Yeah, I was just wondering, October 20th and 21st is the Lucas season finale, and it's titled the Throwback Weekend. Can you tell us anything about that?
There's something in the works right now, but I'm not at liberty to go into any detail. But it's coming. There's something coming, and it'll be announced here in a little while. I'll leave that to the boss man.
That's right. I'm gonna
did
tell
have
you. Go ahead, Miss
All right,
Shandi.
now.
She's
did
a
have
little
a-
snappy
I'm
over
telling
there.
you.
Can you tell that? Can you feel the hostility over here, Red, from this side of
So you might better hold on.
Exactly.
They usually have a little Nerf gun they pop us over here with.
I've seen that. I've been eyeballing this thing since I've been here.
We did have a question come in from Deborah Brown. She wanted to know, how did you get started in racing?
Lord have mercy, that was a long time ago. My sister was married to a man named Wayne Tyndall, and he ran 6 cylinders. Guys like R.G. Bill, David Atkins. He had a lot of people driving for him, and this was back in the early 70s. He ran 6 cylinders, and I thought Wayne Tyndall walked on water. So wherever Wayne went, I went. And our shop was the old tobacco pack house, and we won a lot of races out of that old pack house down there, and I've just been hooked on it ever since.
And I'm looking on here too. Dave Rutherford wants to know: is Earl going to be at the World Finals?
Don't know that yet either. We're going to Portsmouth, Ohio for the Dirt Track World Championship in a little bit over a week. And I believe not this weekend, but the next weekend is when that's running. And I don't really know the plans for the race team after that.
Right. Well, I tell you what, we are blessed and fortunate to have one of the top dirt late model teams in the country just right on our back doorstep. A lot of people aren't that lucky, and
We are.
and be able to see him come and race down here some on his off weekends,
Yeah.
you know.
I've been an Earl Pearson fan for a long time, and back whenever my nephew Jeffrey Tyndall used to drive for Larry Norris, we Jeffrey was Wayne's boy, and he just picked it up from his daddy. But the Earl Pearson part, it just goes way on back to even before Bobby Labonte bought the team,
Oh yeah.
and it's just been part of me for a long time.
That's something I never knew.
Yeah. And now, is there any plans? Because I know Earl's son. Is there any plans on maybe he might be stepping into the one ride anytime soon? Or
You're gonna have to talk to Mr. Pearson about
that's
that.
right. All right.
You know, you were talking about a little bit earlier. You had a surprise for us, and I don't think I can hold out the suspense much longer. I love surprise. Is it cake? Because you know I'm a little overweight and I like cake.
Well, it's tasty.
It's tasty.
It's tasty. I'll put it to you like that.
Well, we're gonna let you go get it right quick.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Me too, man. I can't wait.
You just hold on just a second. I'll be right back.
And then once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's Dunn Benson Motorsports, 1300 North Ellis Avenue, Dunn, North Carolina 28334. Shop number is 910-230-0669 or email info@dunbensonmotorsports.com. Got all the stuff you need: racing parts, supplies, fuel, body parts, sheet metal, some machine work with mills and lathes, and used tires and wheels and stuff. So.
Awesome. And you know, man, that it's awesome to have folks like Red, you know, coming into the studio and talking about, you know, building the Dunn Benson Ford Motorsports, this, that, and other, and all the stuff. So you guys go down, support them, man, and tell them you heard it right here on
That's
Showrunners
right.
Racing Radio. I haven't turned my back. I know he's standing back there right now, and
I
it
like
don't
it.
sound like cake, but I'm getting excited.
really good.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to move out the way so he can get back here
That's
on
right.
camera.
I told you it was tasty.
Look at that right there.
All right.
We really appreciate what you guys do, and we really appreciate the opportunity of being able to come out tonight and talk about what we're doing and what we're starting on. And we wanted to give you this to decorate the place with a little bit.
That is awesome, man. I'll tell you what, it's an honor to have you down here, man, and to get this so it can go up on our wall, man, of all the stuff that we've already got, man. I'm a huge Earl Pearson. And my son, by the way, is a huge Earl Pearson Jr.
Well, he's
fan.
a good man.
Yeah.
He's a good man.
He's already got more die-cast than I've had my whole life.
Mr. Carton and Kemp wanted me to especially tell you that they appreciate what you're doing.
Yes,
How
sir.
you're helping us, and any other time you feel like throwing Dunn Benson out there, you just go right ahead.
Oh, yeah.
It'll
Yeah,
be
we'll-
all right.
Absolutely.
We'll make that happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Every week.
All right.
We appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah.
Thank
Yes,
you very
sir.
much.
Thanks
Thank
for
you
having
so
me.
much, man. We're going to clear some space out and hang that thing up for sure, man.
Put it back outside.
I'll tell you
Good
what,
stuff, man.
Ray.
I like that. I'm excited, dude.
We're going to have to get a bigger spot just to hold all our door panels that we're
Hey,
getting.
Rooster,
Yeah.
Bill wants to know, did you enjoy lunch today
Bill.
from Rockfish?
I did enjoy lunch. It was wonderful. It was I'm on a low carb diet, so we went down to Grandson's, and let me tell you what I had.
Those two in the same sentence do not go together.
Son,
Well,
In case
let
you're
me tell
wondering.
You can actually eat low carb at Grandson's.
And here's the bad carbs are like bread, and pasta.
I had a lot of those.
The good carbs,
Hey, I said it was a carb diet.
the good carbs are like hollies, carburetors. Those are good carbs.
Yeah.
All kinds of stealth carburetors.
All kinds of carbs. But
That's
no.
what happens when you stay in the trailer. You know about healthy foods.
Yeah, no doubt, man, no doubt. Well,
Rochesters are usually gaggy, so stay away from the rock.
yeah. Well, man, I tell you what, it's about that time we're going to take it on down to a commercial. And when we come back, we're going to go down to Racin Ryan for the upcoming races. That's coming up this weekend. And while we're doing the upcoming races with Racin Ryan, we're going to be getting the seat right for Mr. Mike Evok, the founder of Racing for Heroes. That's all going to be coming up next, ladies and gentlemen.
You're watching Shine Brothers Racing Radio.
Have those racetrack hot dogs ever made a second appearance? Have you scampering around like the last lap dash of the Daytona 500? Well, worry no more. With A1 portable toilets on your backside, you will have the best seat in the house. A1 portable toilets are a premier choice for all types of portable toilet needs. Construction sites, racetracks, events, big and small, A1 can handle them all. Contact them today at 910-484-5219 or A1 portable toilets at AOL.com.
A1, your only stop for landscaping and lot clearing in the Fayetteville and surrounding areas. Specializing in commercial and residential, A1's skilled technicians are ready to meet your needs. Experienced in erosion control, landscaping, irrigation, sod, grading, demolition, and lot clearing. A1 is willing and capable of all jobs, big or small. Call A1 today at 910-858-0003 or email a1lotclearing@aol.com. A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. We take the work out of yard work.
Man, what a good interview that was. Having Red in here from Dunn Benson Ford Motorsports, and I'm just real appreciative that we actually get to talk to folks, every Wednesday night about racing and what's going on right here in our local area.
Yeah, and we're growing so much, man, from what we've started to what we got. It's really exciting.
It is. Well, we're going to be coming back with this gentleman right here, Mr. Mike Evok. But before we get started talking to him, let's go down to the pits, ladies and gentlemen, with Racin Ryan for our upcoming races.
All right, we're going to kick it off. County Line Raceway is hosting a 2-night I-95 late model challenge, final points night. $5,000 to win late models, $1,500 to win open wheel modifieds, $500 to win pure stock V8s, and $250 to win U cars. Rockfish will be back with weekly divisions, 600 micro sprints, 270cc mini sprints, karts, legend cars, mini pro, and mod lights. Fayetteville is hosting a $1,000 to win enduro race, benefiting Racing for Heroes. It'll be $50 per car entry. It'll be from 3 to 10 p.m. Virginia Motor Speedway is hosting the 13th annual Run Amok Mud Bog and Mudsling, Saturday, October 14th. Divisions that will be featured: will be Super Stock A and B, Modified A and B, Pro Mod A and B, Unlimited Bog, Unlimited X Tractor, Obstacle X, and Double X Dragsters. The event starts at 12 p.m. Adult tickets are only $15. That's not too bad. Rockingham Dragway. 26th Annual Harley Nitro World Finals, October 13th through the 15th. Top Fuel Bikes, Nitro Funny Bikes, Pro Fuel Bikes, Pro Gas classes, and all sportsman classes will be included. And that'll wrap it up for this weekend.
Oh, man, you got Rockfish on the brain, Bo.
Dude, I do. I'm ready.
Hey, and speaking of that, I want to give the Dirt Doctor Billy McFadden a big shout out, man, because that place, I was there, and you just shut it, Shandi. But it got a lot.
The key word is
Yeah.
you were there.
I was there.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of rain, man, that came in that place. I mean, a lot. And they started working it. They got a pack car out there. And some of the guys, I think Matt's dad has his truck
I
out
didn't
there.
even
And
know that. You were gone by that point.
Shandy, you weren't even there when I was there, so I don't think you even have any room to talk. But
The question is, who's going to the winner's circle this week at
that's
Rockfish?
right. That's right. But he got it running, and they actually had the race. So I commend Billy for that, and they were able to get it going. But back in the house, man, we got Mr. Mike Evott, the founder of Racing for Heroes. Man, how you been?
Not bad, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I remember going to Letter, the 773, over at your house in Graves Creek a long time ago, man.
Yes, sir. You cut them names out for about 3 years, didn't you?
Yeah. It was, and, you know, that is such a cool thing, man, that car and everything you guys are doing with, you know, the Racing for Heroes, and just to see the support that you guys are getting from the racing community is awesome.
Yes, it's coming along pretty good. There's a lot of work involved. It takes some time to develop, but it's coming around.
Yeah, and y'all got a big event coming up this weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend we got a bunch of veterans. Right now the boys are still welding rule bars while I'm sitting here.
Right.
We got about 7 cars we're going to put disabled veterans in to run this weekend.
That's going to be awesome, man. And Rooster, I mean, that's gaining a lot of traction, too, on Facebook. Every time I look, I'm seeing posts about that.
It's
thing.
definitely, and y'all are also open. You're basically running like a U-car rule in a way. So if a guy has a U-car and wants to get in it, it ain't necessarily just veterans that are driving. It can actually be a civilian, but there is a civilian pricing, correct?
Yes, the veterans are free. We're just throwing $50 on for the car entry for the other regular drivers for the U-cars.
Oh, cool. So how many, is 100 laps?
It's going to be 100 laps.
Oh man, are they going to soak the track down? Is it going to be is it going to be a green to checkered, or how's the cautions working?
It's going to be green, no cautions. I'll throw reds if it looks like something's unsafe, somebody's sideways in the straightaways or cars on fire upside down. We'll throw the red and stop the cars.
That's always a safe feeling, you know, when the car's on fire, you know. Yeah. That would be me.
But that's kind of the way they used to do it when the class first started, right?
We're going old school with it back in the day. That's how I started racing, so I'm taking it back to that.
Are y'all going to run the right way, or are you going to run backwards?
We're going to run the correct way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We don't want to mess it up too much.
Right. And that was awesome, right? Back how they used to do it old school style, man. Wet the track down, let them ride.
So
awesome.
So let's kind of go in an avenue. Let's cover the racing portion of it, and then let's get in the history of what is Racing for Heroes all about. As far as the racing this weekend, October 14th, gates are going to open at what time?
We're opening the gates at 2 o'clock. That way guys can get in there. We got the tax guys going to tech the cars. They're really going to be a stickler on the rule cages a little
Good
bit
stuff.
after some recent incidents. And then after tax, we're going to get some shakedown runs for some people. I got some rookies that haven't been around the track, so I want to get them some seat time around the track.
Oh, good stuff. And that's going to be going, you know, it says it goes till 10 o'clock that evening. So if you guys finish earlier, you're going to be hanging out?
Yeah, if we finish early, we're hanging out. We got some TV stars hanging out there. We got a couple people from Naked and Afraid, my buddy Terry Shepard, who does Guns of Hollywood, and he's on Fox News a lot. So we got some Hollywood people hanging out, and they'll be signing autographs and shaking hands.
I was kind of hoping you were going to say me, but you didn't.
Well, you can come down too if you want.
Actually, we're going to be down there. I think you've got the picture over there somewhere.
Yeah.
We spoke with Rusty there at Hooters, and my son, Wyatt, the North Carolina Nightmare, is going to be down there. He's going to be signing autographs this weekend as well. So
Nice.
I know he's looking to have a good time, as we are, man. I can't wait to get down there and see the event take place. And actually, everybody needs to come out and check it out this weekend. It's very inexpensive to get in the gates.
Yeah, it's $10 for grandstands, and we made the pits $15.
Yeah. So, affordable, come down, have a great time. Like I say, the gates open up that afternoon. It goes to 10 o'clock in the evening. You want to see some good crazy racing, them Enduros, man. I remember when old Mr. Parker was in them Enduros with that black Mustang, and you know what much you could do with him, cuz.
And there was a lot of cars out there that they've got nicknames, because there was certain cars that standing, like there was one that was the Stinking Lincoln was out there, and that thing was a hoss running around, man.
How about old Chad Groves, Bo?
Yeah, yeah.
Did he not make it around the track a few times?
He did.
Good stuff. And pretty much, is there a car size limit, or is it just?
We're keeping it down to 4 cylinders and 6 cylinders.
Okay.
We don't want no V8s out there ripping around.
No
So,
straight lead sleds.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want no big boys out there beating and banging. So.
Now, as far as age limit,
We'll do a waiver for anyone under 16, and I would go off the track rules for that with Jim Long.
yeah. Man, I'm telling you what, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So, is somebody saying something?
You got a question? Pay attention, Shandi. So tell us a little bit about what's going on with Racing for Heroes, man, and what all that's entailing.
Well, Racing for Heroes is pretty much a nonprofit we started, and we started right here in Hope Mills, North Carolina. After getting out of the Army, I realized, that it worked good for the guys to come to the shop and hang out. You come over yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen the cars and the guys that used to hang out. And we realized it helped the guys out with the traumatic brain injury and the PTSD. It gave them a task and purpose, after getting out of the military. So we kind of went forward with it, and we got it going on with the racing. Now, the racing is just kind of a byproduct. We do a lot with some medicines, mostly with vitamins, not really medicine, some therapies. They're learning a lot with racing because when you drive a car, you're processing a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And it really helps the brain over the traumatic brain injury.
Right. And I've got to say, man, even coming over when I would litter the cars and stuff, it was like a family over there. I mean, you had guys that were working on the car and the camaraderie, that they were building while they were working on those cars and stuff. And I remember y'all riding four-wheelers and dirt bikes and everything, having a good time around there.
Yep, that's right.
And y'all do. I was looking on your pages. Y'all do all types of racing.
Yeah, we have a chump car. We run the chump car series a lot. It's a blast. It's kind of oxymoron, but it's supposed to be inexpensive racing, which there's no such thing, which we all know. But it's not at the level where you have to spend a couple $1 million, but it's a good time. It's endurance racing. Usually it's 24 hours straight, or it's 2 8 hours, or 2 14 hours. It's a good time. We have a 325 BMW, and we're getting pretty competitive with it, believe it or not.
Yeah, I think that was the one that was in this picture. Is that it right there?
That's right after our 24-hour race.
Really? So now, I guess it's like a whole team that gets in there. Y'all do shifts. I mean, obviously,
it's
no
2-hour
one's running.
shifts. It's,
Really?
Yeah, they have the rules. You have to come in for 2 hours. It's a 5-minute pit stop. Change out the driver, fuel the car. Torque the lug
Where do
nuts.
you race? Where do those races take place?
This year we've run mostly at VIR, Virginia International Raceway. That's where we keep our shop. That's where we have all of our cars. Even the dirt late models are sitting there right now. And then we ran Watkins Glen this year.
Really?
So it was kind of impressive. The guys, after they seen the NASCAR race, was there after us.
Yeah.
And they're looking at the back straightaway. The NASCAR's running 125.
Right.
And I say, hey guys, we're running 115 in our BMW up to
Yeah.
the same circuit.
And y'all do stuff like with the wild driver training and all that. I was speaking with J.D. Gunther the other day, and J.D.'s a great guy, man. I tell you what, I've been knowing him for a long time, and he's done a lot of great things in racing and helped out a lot of people, man. He really is a good guy.
Absolutely. Him and his son Jonathan, while I'm sitting here talking, they're welding on roll bars right now.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
That's the truth.
He actually helped us fix our stage for Swamp Boys and stuff like that, and he's been a real big help, not only in the community, but in the racing community as well. Do what?
Nothing.
I mean, yeah. You got this seagull look going on, huh?
Well, with those endurance races, man, I mean, I've never done an actual live endurance race, but I do the iRacing thing, and they run a 24 hours. Is it when you run that and you get out, you do your 2 hours, then you're like, okay, well, I've been up for like 12 hours. I need to get some sleep. Your adrenaline's got to still be pumping because you want to know what's going on out there on the track.
Right. You want to be there with the car.
Yeah.
Like the last race, I laid down for about an hour the whole time, and most of the guys we were there the whole time because you don't know if it's going to break and have to come in, and we need everybody there to work on it. So it's just 24 hours, so just stay up and go through. It's what we do.
That's awesome. So are there any other events coming up other than, we've got the one coming up this weekend that you guys are going to be doing near us?
Yes, we got this one coming up, and then November 18th, we're doing an open house, going back to what JD said we do with the cars up there at Virginia International Raceway. So we'll bring guys in, veterans in, do a class with them on evasive driving. So they'll get a little bit of everything. We'll do, a lot of cone drills. We do a tech line, which is your speed laps. Run them through close proximity, make them drive in around each other, make them around each other. A little bit of pitting, a little bit of ramming, skid pad operations, reverse J-turns, and just
That's
some cool shit. And some
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, no
It's a good
doubt.
time.
Yeah. Now, how can people get in touch with you? Do you have a Facebook page?
Yeah, we have the Racing for Heroes Facebook page. Then if you just go to www.racingforheroes.org, you can reach out on there. And that's basically the best way to get a hold of us.
Right. And I definitely want to tell you thank you for your service, man. We really
Thanks.
do appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
There's a lot going on in the world right now, and we wouldn't be able to, be a part of it if it wasn't for guys like you. So thank you.
And speaking of all the names and things that you had on the car, you also have a trailer that's got a whole bunch of names down the side. What is
Yes.
that?
So the Dirt Late model carries all the special operations guys. That carries everybody in the soft community. Navy SEALs, Special Forces, all the guys like that. The race car trailer has everybody that we've lost from 9/11 until present. And it's a little hard to update. The car right there's got everybody. It's updated till May this year, and it's got everybody in the soft community that we've lost from 9/11 till present.
A lot of meaning behind this.
Yes, yeah, it's there's a lot to it. When you get buckled down in that car and you look over and see one of your best friend's name right there beside you, it kind of it gets you.
Right. We've had it was Colby Morris has chimed in and said, "Tell Mike to get back here and get to work." Jonathan says so.
I told you.
If somebody wanted to get involved with
We had a question on Facebook. It says, does Racing for Heroes only race on the East Coast, or are there other veterans that race in other places in the country?
No, we go to the West Coast. We took the guys out to and ran 3 legs of the Baja 1000. We didn't actually do the race, but we put the guys in the buggies and ran 3 legs of it. Trying to put a Baja team together, however, that's pretty pricey to get that done. You think a dirt late model costs a lot?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
That
it's a lot
race
there.
is a big
logistical
deal,
nightmare is what it is.
Yeah, I can imagine.
before they threw that in there, I was asking 2 things I'd like to know. One, because we race go-karts. Do y'all ever look into getting any go-kart racing or anything of that nature?
We had some guys reach out to us. So what we have is now we're growing. We have guys come up with us for drag racing. So we're becoming an umbrella organization. So we can bring the drag racing crew underneath, the sprint car guys, and just kind of bring it all together. And we just help them out with the funding and processing of the money and put a guy in charge of each platform.
Oh, cool.
So we're reaching out there. And it doesn't matter. As long as it keeps the guys busy and keeps their mind occupied, it's what it's all about.
Now, if somebody wanted to come in and volunteer, would the person that wanted to volunteer have to be a service member, or how does that work?
No,
and I'm just asking because I'm
Right.
sure there's a lot of people watching tonight that you wouldn't believe the people that we've actually that have no clue there was even a racetrack in Fayetteville. So to hear that there's a Racing for Heroes, this is
Right.
a lot of new news to folks, and to get that information, somebody wants to come volunteer to help you guys out at tracks or
Right.
work ticket lines, or is that all
It don't have to
available?
be all veterans. We have a bunch of civilians that help us out on a regular basis. I mean, we got a lot of great guys that do a lot for us. And as far as a veteran, we bring them into the program. We just have to vet them as a veteran to make sure they're current or have some kind of status. We've had some posers come in here that we helped and didn't really need to help, so we cut that out. But any civilian wants to help, just reach out. We'll take any help we can get, to be honest.
Where's the is there a sign up form, or is there an email that they contact you guys and just tell them, hey, I want to volunteer, or hey, I would love to be a part of this, or?
Yeah, they just on the webpage, there's like a help sign or something. I don't do the webpage. I have a guy that does that for us. And then on Facebook, of course, just reach out to us.
Now, you're a super late model driver.
I do have a super late model. It's sitting there without a motor right now, but yeah, we're getting there.
You've raced here in Fayetteville too,
Fayetteville,
and
Charlotte. I grew up in Pennsylvania, so I raced a little bit up there. go all the way up and down the East Coast. I don't like to run for points because it kind of ruins racing, to be honest.
That does take the fun out. It kind of makes you drive a little, you start thinking about points instead of shooting a gap or something.
Yeah.
I'm not a points guy. I just like to go race.
I'm still trying to get over the points deal.
Yeah, that's a sore subject for the race.
I you know what's funny? I haven't even went back on our Facebook page and did a cap of the year because I still haven't got over that loss yet. We lost to a throttle cable this year for the championship, but anyway, I'll get over that probably in 2019, and I'll write about it.
Well, man, we greatly appreciate you coming on the show, man, and as I said, thank you for your service and all the other guys that are with you and all the veterans for their service, man. And if there's anything that we can do to help you guys or to promote Racing for Heroes, please let us know.
And we're going to keep you in here right quick. We're actually fixing to go to our trivia, if you don't mind hanging out with us.
Yep, I'll hang out.
So we're actually going to take it down to the A1 Portable Toilets Weekly Trivia with Racin Ryan. Don't forget the phone number, though, you got to call, ladies and gentlemen. You got to, AJ, what's that number?
It's 321-8299, 910-321-8299.
Roll on, Racin Ryan.
In 30 years of competition, how many funny car championships has John Force Racing won?
And if you win that tonight, you're going to win yourself a koozie and a sticker. Our koozies. Our koozies are all sponsored by C&M Pressure Washing. A big shout out to Chris and Marcy if you want to show that.
Yep.
And, we are looking, if there's anybody who would like to sponsor our next koozie purchase, you're more than welcome to do so. Let us know, and because we're actually going to we're running a little bit low here on these. We'd like to get some more and like to get your company out there as well. But that question is, in over 30 years of competition, John Force Racing has won how many funny car championships? Now, here's the thing. That's John Force Racing. He's had 3 drivers in his racing, not just John Force. So how many has been won? Call in that phone number. What's it again there, buddy?
910-321-8299. And speaking of C&M Pressure Washing, I got something I want to read here. This is, kind of a shout-out, but it says, thank you to C&M Pressure Washing for doing a great job pressure washing my house. I found out about them from the koozies they sponsor for the Racers Reunion. They get free estimates, carry general liability insurance. They went beyond what I asked them to do and were very reasonable. I've already recommended them to 2 of my friends that are looking for a pressure washing company. I highly recommend them. Thank you, Chris and Marcy Naylor, for doing such a great job. And that was from Tammy, which is that's my mom, but she said that they were awesome.
And you know what's cool, man, is it's kind of coming all full circle with the folks that are advertising with us that have joined in with Shine Runners Racing Radio, getting the word out there. People are actually starting to, talk and get their businesses out there. And that's the good thing that we want to see is the actual, people really making contact with each other. And it's all cool. So big thanks to Chris and Marcy, man. Thank you, C&M Pressure Washing, for that.
Absolutely. And if that number, if you can't get through, try 910-624-7517. 910-624.
Hello, you're on Shot Runners Racing Radio. What's your name? Where are you from?
It's Robbie.
Robbie. How did we know you would be tagging in on that one?
Because I'm a drag racing guy.
Well, hey, we appreciate the Drag Racing for Dummies book that y'all gave Hollywood. He hasn't actually been studying it yet, but have you got an answer for us?
Yeah, 18 championships.
18 championships. Is that right, Racing Ryan?
Yep.
That's it.
16 by John, 1 by Tony Pedregon, and 1 by Robert Hite.
Did you have to Google that? Or
No, I didn't.
Go Google. Timberlake in the back said, go Google, baby. Well, the good thing about it is you don't have to drive down here and pick that up. So here you go, man. Thank you so much.
He got down here almost as fast as Timberlake.
Yeah. Yeah, Timberlake was pretty quick on that one the last time, too, wasn't he? Yeah, he kind of like dove over the counter to give that question.
Yeah.
Well, it's always a good time here, man, as we do that trivia every week, so make sure you write those phone numbers down. We apologize for the mix-up on the first one. I don't know, we're having a little computer glitch.
We've been having them all night.
But be ready, man. We got the trivia question definitely be coming up next week, so we want you to participate in any way you possibly can. And if you have a trivia question you'd like for us to ask, not to set up you a winning, but we'd love to put it on here.
Yeah, don't send it in and then try to call in and answer it either.
We've actually still got Dirty's koozie here. Dirty won last week.
And it's clean still.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I just gave Dirty's koozie away. We're just going to have to get him another.
Oh, okay.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
But, Mike, thank you so much, man, for coming in, and we look forward to going down this weekend. I personally can't wait to be there, along with bringing the North Carolina Nightmare so he can check out some enduro racing for the first time. And, we thank you for everything that you're doing. Thank you for your service. And please know that you have a home here at Shine Runners Racing Radio. And we have our Skype signed up. So we're actually getting folks to get in contact with Tabitha. If you know any drivers that are out of state, can't make it, would like to talk on the show or whatever, hey, just put their name out there, tell them to call Tabitha. We'll definitely get them lined up. Thank you so much. We're getting ready to go into commercial, ladies and gentlemen. And before we do go into commercial, Hollywood, I just want to say you're rocking that hat over there, man.
I really like it too. I think I'm gonna rock it this weekend.
But you might want to check it for spiders.
That's all right.
Got a little nest going on here on one side. Anyway,
I'm so tough, I can't hear.
Coming back, ladies and gentlemen, with the weekly winners here. We're going into commercial. Y'all stick around. Looking to ease the pain of cooking for your guests? Tired of hosting the party but staying on the grill all night? Let us help you. Racin Rooster, a fully functional rolling kitchen loaded with the official chicken wings of Shine Runners Racing Radio. Owned and operated by Tony and Bobby Jackson. Contact them at 910-237-4565 or jackson.bobby@yahoo.com. Racin Rooster Wings. Come get you some. Look at those parts to put you in the winner's circle? Let Redline Speed Shop be your one stop for all performance needs. From straight strip to left turns, they have it all. Tires, fuel, and safety equipment, and that's just the beginning. Come by today, 404 Hope Mills Road, and get your win on with Redline Speed Shop.
A1, your only stop for landscaping and lot clearing in the Fayetteville and surrounding areas. Specializing in commercial and residential, A1's skilled technicians are ready to meet your needs. Experienced in erosion control, landscaping, irrigation, sod, grading, demolition, and lot clearing. A1 is willing and capable of all jobs, big or small. Call A1 today at 910-858-0003 or email a1lotclearing@aol.com. A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing. We take the work out of yard work.
Back at the Steel Age, hey man, I tell you what, that's cool, something to volunteer in, being a part of, and I'm really thankful for the men and women in uniform who go out, man, and make it possible for us to be here tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's a huge deal of what they're doing, and it's huge to see folks like Mike and his team and everybody come together to give something for these soldiers to get out and do and help out.
Especially with us having Fort Bragg right here, so it's really awesome.
Yep. Well, I think we're going to take it down to the pits, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to get down with the weekly winners with Racin Ryan. Then we're going to come back with Mr. Ryan Godwin, that RC Dirt late model driver.
All right, we only had 2 races this week. Unfortunately, Mother Nature wiped out Dublin's race and a couple other things. But Rockfish, Sawyer Davis won the mini pro race. Billy Gomez won the pro kart. The 270s was won by Ben McCall. The Mod Lights was won by Dustin Watkins, and the brand new Mod Light from Texas. The Legends race, that looked like a show. Tyler Kussman.
How about
Tell
that?
us about that, AJ.
Yeah, actually, Tyler Cussman, man, he drove it. I was watching. He did a heck of a job, man.
Kid Dirt.
Yeah, Kid Dirt, picked up his first, and, he was racing against the best. Billy Gomez, Eddie Daniels, and he picked up his first career win. And he was up on that wheel. I think everybody else was watching it too. So, as Ryan was saying, Dustin Watkins in that new car for Jason Brown and them, man, he passed on the high side and was getting it done.
They actually won that car out of Texas,
Yeah.
man, had bought raffle tickets and won that Mod Light and went down, picked it up, and brought it back. And, and speaking of Dustin, man, has he been on a winning streak or what?
Yeah, he's
went
hot.
down, snatched up that 2200 the other week, come down, got it in the Mod Light, and they're actually working on some stuff. Was talking to Bobby with Ragin' Rooster. And it's cool, man, Ragin' Rooster. Bobby and Tony have actually got real big into the whole racing thing and have started sponsoring cars. And I think they're up to 4 or 5 cars now that's running in their little fastest chicken wings of the South, so to speak. So good to see that for them too. We greatly appreciate Tony and Bobby, and thanks for everybody who comes down, man, and eats with these folks, because they do a lot for us. That's for sure.
I don't think Racin Ryan was done. He
He
forgot
was.
the
We were
forgot
going
the
back to-
600s.
That's all she has
Matt
thought about this
car.
whole. We gonna get to that. We ain't forgot.
Just chill out. Somebody hit her with a damn.
Matt, can you control your chihuahua over here, bud?
No doubt.
Good Lord.
Just for that, we're going to move on to. We're going to move to Clary's Motor Speedway. The I-95 Late Model Challenge Series was down there. Dustin Mitchell won his 20th race of the season. Dirt on Dirt actually has an article posted today if you want to go read anything else about that. Brad Cox won the Limited Sportsman race. Scott Pierce won the Pure Stock V8. Super Stock 4-cylinder was won by Jason Horn. Pure Stock 4-cylinder was won by Blake House. Don't come over here.
I was going to say, I think you actually forgot somebody. So we got number 93 in the house. I think he's going to announce who the winner was for the 600 sprints. Yeah.
No, but also Matt he was gone, man. He was in another zip code, and there was a high side up there this weekend, and he got it done, man. Once he got around him, he checked out.
You know, we
Get used to it. It'll happen this weekend with the Legends, too.
Matt, boy, your lady is writing checks that you gonna have to cash. So I hope you got a big bank account.
Last week she was calling you Matt broke my car.
Broke. Man, hey, you should see some of the stuff we read all week long. You know, and it's been hilarious. You know, we've been talking back and forth, but you want to talk about a wheelman? It's somebody that I definitely learn from. But Matt is he is a driver among drivers, buddy.
Absolutely.
I can tell you.
But in the house right now, we got Mr. Ryan Goblin, man. RG, you got an RC Dirt late model, man. Tell us a little bit about this thing you got under here.
Yeah, man. Well, what I do is I've been doing this for a long time, and just recently we've got a track built in Dublin. It's about half a mile from the Dublin Motor Speedway, right across from Lou Mill Vineyards, and it's a dirt late model RC track. And we've got probably 8 late models out there. They're 1/8 scale nitro late models. And we've had a good time. It's been something that I've done for 20 plus years, and it's been kind of a work in progress. And we've got a track perfect now. We've got about 15 cars out there on Sunday afternoons. So we'd love for anybody that wants to come out, that wants to learn more about RC racing. We've got a lot of guys out there that have just started in it. So we got rookie classes, we've got veteran driver classes, we've got a lot of different scales that we can do. Right now we've got a dirt late model scale, which is a 1/8 scale, and then we also run a 1/8 scale buggy track, which is kind of basically like an open wheel modified look to it. They're run off the same chassis. The cool thing about these dirt late models, and I'll pick this one up here in a minute for the guys that had never seen one, but it's very unique to the point where it almost has everything that you can adjust in a full scale car that you can adjust in these things. So we can adjust shocks, we can adjust sway bars, we can adjust spring rates, we can adjust ride heights and caster and camber, and it works exactly the same as you would if you were running the car in a full scale. So, I crew chiefed an asphalt late model car for a long time, and so a lot of the things that I learned, in doing that, I can actually use. I mean, the only thing I hadn't figured out how to do here, and what I might do is might try to figure out how I can get the rear end to move a little bit, but that'll be a different thing. But it's really cool. It's really neat, and we've just enjoyed getting the track more publicized so people come out. It's a nice area, and we just want to introduce a lot of people to this sport. I mean, we've got anywhere from young drivers out there to 50, 60-year-olds. We've got one Gaddy Pate's a team owner, and he's got 6, 7, 8 cars.
Really?
that he has different drivers for. So it's a neat thing. We have a point series, and we've just really enjoyed it. It's been a fun thing.
And that's something, man, that if you want to get your kid into racing, that's a really affordable way to kind of go out there and start racing. As you said, they got the younger class, they can work their way up and start learning about cars and teaching them like all that stuff. You're talking caster, camera, and shots. And you were telling us that y'all even prep tires.
We do, yeah. There's a lot of different things that we use. We've got about dozens and dozens of diameter tires that we can change out. We can, and of course, just like if you think about it, because the way we change out tires, different tracks that we go to, it's gonna differ. By the straightaways might be longer, so we don't have quick change rear ends like you would in a normal car. So how we change our gear is we can actually change what we call a spur gear in the car, and that would affect how long the straightaways are, so we can actually get the same RPM. The cool thing about these cars is these we use .21 engines. We have an engine spec rule, and we're using .21 engines, but these engines are running at 42,000 RPM.
Holy crap!
Jesus.
And so they push these cars. All the cars are four-wheel drive. And the reason for that is just basically stability. We've actually tried to run cars that are two-wheel drive, and they just spin around in a circle.
Right.
But the four-wheel drive cars, and we've got transponders out there on the track, but we're clocking these cars on the straightaways anywhere between 40 and 50 miles an hour.
Wow, that's getting it, man. And that's it actually looks like a dirt late model, man.
Check it out.
And the body that's on it and everything. And I would assume do people weigh these things out too?
You can scale these out. I actually, when I first was getting into this, I actually took 4 produce scales and made a kind of a scale thing for it, so I could actually check for bite and side weight and left side weight. And believe it or not, it all makes a difference. The cool thing about the car is that the bodies you can find. It's a little harder to find some of the things that are built for the rear end and the front end, because this used to be very, very popular in the Midwest, and it's a lot harder to get them on the East Coast now. So what we've done is that some of the guys at the track have actually figured out a way to make some of the parts so they're interchangeable. So the buggies that are very easy to buy from your local hobby shop, Hayes Hobby Shop endorses us, so we get a lot of the stuff from local hobby shops, and we actually are creating a little side business to actually make the parts that you can turn it in back to the dirt late models from something that you can buy. But everything on this car can be changed out, upgraded, changed, anywhere from the motors to the servos to the where you put. I mean, we've even got little pieces of weight that we can put on the frame rails. It's very neat. It's a good thing to get into, and a lot of the guys, Kyle Busch drives one of these things on the weekends. I mean, you can look it up on YouTube, and they have a good time with it, and it's just a fun. You can get into the sport for as little as $300-400. Buying a used car, you can get you can build one of these cars. Between radio and transmitters and everything, you'll probably have about $1,400 or $1,500 in a brand new car. But you can be very competitive for less than $500 at the racetrack. So.
Right. And so what, do y'all have entry fees and everything for your cars? Or?
We do. We have entry fees. There's different things we can do. We have entry fees, but we give out trophies. We don't have any necessarily money give outs right now. We're building the track, so there's obviously where the track is, there's water that needs to be used to spray the track down, and there's a lot of track prep that we have.
I can imagine.
And so what we do basically is it's a lot of volunteering. So a lot of guys come over different times of the day, on Sunday in the morning after church, and we run the track in and wet it down and get it ready, and then we take donations. For the guys coming in that are drivers. If they want to be in our points, then we do charge an entry fee. It's usually not very much. It's only pretty much $5. If you don't have a transponder, then we can issue you a transponder. You can buy a transponder for $30, or you can rent one for $5.
Right.
But it's a very cool thing, and if anybody's it's right across the street from Lou Mill Vineyard. If you've been to Dublin, a lot of people would know where Lou Mill Vineyard's at on Suggs Taylor Road, and we're right across the street And Sunday afternoons, anytime after 3 o'clock, we usually race around 6.
Really?
And that's every Sunday?
That's
or?
just about every Sunday, depending on the rain. So it got like Dublin last weekend. Most of the guys that actually help us on the track, and Ronald Ballard that owns the track is actually one of the head track officials at Dublin Motor Speedway. So we were all out there. There was about 5 or 6 of us that raced the RC late models out there running the track in at Dublin last Saturday night, trying to get it ready for the Ultimates to race. But it was it's kind of a lost cause after it kept raining. So, so everybody, we just told everybody that Dublin won't be able to race tonight, but tomorrow night we'll be at the racetrack, and we had about 35 people out there. Yeah,
That's cool, man.
It was really neat.
Well,
I definitely want to take Wyatt down there because I know
Yeah, I
he'll
might take
enjoy
Wyatt,
that.
yeah.
And you talking about a crew chief, and we were talking about wheelmen earlier. You were actually crew chief for Lance West, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I certainly did. Lance. In fact, I was hoping maybe Lance. Lance was at the race shop last night, and I got to talk to him, and I was hoping he was going to get to come tonight. So, Lance, if you're watching, should have been here, buddy. The food was awesome. The camaraderie, got to meet a lot of cool guys, so you missed out on that. But I want to say, I want to thank my sponsors on the car too. They've helped me out a lot. I want to thank my wife for letting me do it. So I spent a lot of time tinkering on this thing every night, and she lets me hang out in the garage, and she's like, "What can you possibly be doing now?"
Mine is the same way.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
is there
all of us,
anything else
if
that
we're
you
in the
can
race,
oil
that's
or
right.
rub down or
That's exactly right. But Hayes Hobby Shop. Alan Hayes over there is. I've known him for 25 years. He's always helped me find parts and get parts. And then Baker's Cleaning Service, Merritt Logging. There's just a lot of them. Gaddy Pates, our team owner. Ronald Ballard owns the racetrack and does a lot of work in keeping the racetrack ready. So we just want to thank all those guys.
Your wife said just a few hours a night.
Just a few hours, and she's probably being very nice by saying, you get
She did
home,
say
you get
LOL.
home at 6, and then you come to bed about 12.
Yeah.
And
That's
you
like my schedule.
smell like nitro fuel. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine, and Shandi, I'm just waiting for another smart comment to come in, but
I got it right here. Shandi said this is a hobby that you could get into, and this way your white shoes wouldn't get dirty.
Oh, my.
I'm gonna get dirty any kind of racing, man. But I didn't even race last weekend, and I brought it home, and I was working on it last night till like 2 in the morning. She's like, "What can you possibly be working on?" And you didn't even race. I was like, "Well, there's always something to mess with."
Yeah, you just stand there and look at
That's
it,
right.
man.
That's
I
right.
mean, sometimes what women don't understand is 99% of racing is standing there just checking out
Yeah,
the car.
just
That's
looking
right.
at it. Yeah,
You just gotta
Just
look
gotta
at it.
look
You'll
at it.
find something to work on the longer you look at it.
that's. I mean, and it's probably true. I look
Oh,
at it, I'm
yeah.
like, you know what? I could work on that. I haven't checked that in a while. That could be a problem. Like I found something in my rear end in my car last week that has probably been killing me for the past year and a half, and I was, running second with that. So I hope 4 Mil Matt's got his stuff together because that could be like another second.
Well, you've had plenty of time to check it.
That's right. It's right now.
Yeah, this is just like any other racing. You gotta nut and bolt everything every single time, and most of the time you're doing it at the track because the difference between this and first and last is one screw that came undone.
What
And,
kind of lap times are you turning with that thing?
at that track, our track's 180 feet in diameter, and we're running basically. I think our fastest lap time last weekend was a 5.46.
Holy crap!
So we're running, and it that coincides to about 5.46, 5.56 is going to be about 42 miles an hour.
That's crazy.
See,
And
one of your
it's
big-
going quick too.
No doubt. One of your biggest accomplishments, man, track champion.
Yeah, track champion this year. And in fact, I won every race except for one. And we had an engine malfunction on one of the races. So I told the guys, if they're listening, I always joke about this. They invited me to come and help them out with the track and get everything in. And I told them, I said, if I win every race, you guys might change the day you're going to race and not tell me.
How's
So-
your bowels? I mean, you got bad bowels or
No,
what?
they're pretty good. Yeah, it
Titanium
may
valves, or-
change. Yeah, the probably titanium. If you put a magnet on my car, you might not like what
Yeah.
you see. Yeah, that's right.
They had a valve issue in Super Street this past year, and I mean it was on
We
and
were
on
talking
and
about
on.
that earlier.
You
Yeah.
know, it's just so they have actual tech that you guys go through.
We haven't issued a tech yet because we hadn't had anybody argue it. Ronald and I, it probably been in of the people that are at the track right now. Ronald and I are probably the ones that bicker the most because when we're racing our cars together, I've always got to watch him to see whether or not he's put something on his car that may be on the edge, and then he knows he'd better watch me to see if there's something on the edge I've put on there. So we've been pretty nice, but we do have a protest rule. So if we see something that we think's definitely wrong, then we're probably gonna shout out.
There is a gray area in your rules.
There's a very large gray area. Yes.
I guarantee you, Robbie Drawhorn can find
He's
it.
already thinking right now.
If you would like to find the gray area, all you have to do. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Give him the book, and he'll write the gray area for you.
Terry Baker said, "Tell you not to tell all the secrets."
Oh yeah. Well, I can't tell all the secrets. That's right. I can't tell all the secrets.
You know, that is, and to be honest with everybody out there that's listening, that has been one of the best kept secrets in a long time. Because until I talked to you the other day, I had no clue that you guys were racing these, and that's pretty amazing, man. I'm looking forward to actually going down there and checking it out.
Yeah.
Be a good Sunday evening, a little stroll down to Dublin, and get
Yeah.
some
Do you
peanuts.
have cars there that people can rent to race, or do they have to bring their own?
We haven't done that. We do have cars, and what we've tried to do, if somebody comes to the racetrack and they've never raced one of these cars at all, then any of the drivers, and it's happened before, it happens almost every weekend. If there's a driver there that's got a car, and after the race, if they want to stick around and they want to learn or take it around the track one time or whatever, we just have to be careful because it is something that you can tear up real quick, you know, and you can get in a bind with it real quick. It's just like when I was learning to fly model airplanes, we used to go out to the hayfield out there off 13. And there was a lot of crashes. But what we do is we love for new people to get into the sport. And whatever we can do to help them get in it, we will definitely do. So there are cars that we don't necessarily rent, but there are cars out there that we can say, hey, look, if you want to see what this is like, we'll show you how it works and let you take it for a spin. And there's ways to kind of tone down and put a little, kind of tone the carburetor down a little bit so you don't have to get so much speed. And then, or we can do the same thing that the dirt tracks do. We can wet the track down a little bit, and then it would be a little less fast.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. Now that controller is some wild looking.
Yeah, this is
right there.
This is pretty wild. And the guys at the racetrack they're a little not upset at me, but they're a little jealous of all the different things that this controller can do. But we haven't made a rule yet, so I'm kind of hitting that gray area still. Of different things, but the technology in the RC racing is wild. And when I got this controller and started messing with it, I mean, I started seeing settings on here of things that I'm like, wow, you know, that's always been something that we couldn't do in the asphalt racing. But you start seeing settings on here that say like traction control, ABS.
That's probably a really touchy subject.
And so, yeah, it's pretty neat. It's wild. Everything that this thing can do. I mean, it's kind of like a go-kart. I can read engine temperatures and everything. So then that's very important in this just like any other racing. If your temperature starts going up, that you've got to. We run these things. These things basically run about the same temperature that your car. You don't want your V8 to run in a race. You start getting over 250, 260 degrees, then you want to kind of bring it in and figure out what's going on, and it's the same thing here. The nice thing about this though is we can rebuild these motors for about $80. It's a piston sleeve, and you can rebuild it in about 10 minutes, and you got pretty much a brand new motor.
Right.
Oh man.
That sounds like my kind of motor.
Yes, sir. No doubt, my kind of racing there. Well, Ryan, we appreciate you coming in, man.
Thank y'all
and
for
thanks
having
for
me.
the information, because we definitely want to get this out there. Sounds like a fun thing if you're looking for something to do on a Sunday, man. Slide on down, and look up Lou Mill Vineyard. It's like Ryan said, it's right there across from Lou Mill Vineyard, and that's a good spot. You can just Google it; it'll take you right there to it.
It certainly
and,
will.
I'd love to go down there and check it out, man. I think it's going to be something
Y'all
different.
are welcome anytime. Love to have you. Even let you take it around the track a couple times.
You don't know. You don't want me driving. You want to talk about replacing something. But anyway, man, like I said, thank you so much again. And have you guys got a website or anything?
We're in the process now of building a website. So we got the track ready, and we didn't even think about building a website or a Facebook page. But in the next couple of weeks, we'll have it, and we'll make sure we share it with you guys so you can get it out there.
We did have, I think, Racin Ryan had a question.
Oh, wait, this is a complicated question.
Well, it can't be a long one.
No, it's not. Okay, so you see drone racing on TV now, and it really blew up. What's your expectations for RC dirt?
This is actually I would say the RC dirt late model racing for the East Coast hasn't ever really blown up. What it did is that it kind of took the Midwest. This is blown up bigger than drone racing, and it goes all the way up to fifth scale, which are getting into the larger cars that are actually running off of two-stroke motors, and so we're trying to get the East Coast to kind of catch on to these dirt late model racing. So it's definitely growing. It's not growing as fast as the drone racing is growing. As soon as they made the drone racing first-person view with the goggles, it kind of killed us on the RC late model because that's just so much cooler. And I've got a drone too, but thanks to my wife, that was a great Christmas present. Thank you.
So she got you into that one.
Yeah, she did. I hadn't done the racing yet. She'd probably get mad at me if I ever.
Have y'all thought about trying to attach a camera so you could do it first person?
I'll tell you what we've done the last couple of weeks, which has been really cool. Before we got our transponder system, it's hard to keep up with these things. And so before, we used to qualify basically just by drawing a peel. And so now what we've done, and before we got our transponder system, which we got a couple of weeks ago, I would actually fly the drone up and set it up and video the race. So it was easy for everybody if we saw there was a car that got a lap down or anything. Because you take 10 of these cars out there on the size track we have, it's really hard to you blink your eye because the driver itself can't take their eyes off their car. We don't have any spotters or anything, but it's hard to keep up. So we actually flew the drone out and actually videoed the race, and I'll try to share that with you guys because that's pretty cool. And that was how we kept up. But now we've got transponders, and we hope that's going to take care of that issue we were having.
I think Best Buy might be in a second position after this show. I might have to go down there.
Well, we know a good drone flyer or a good photographer if you need one.
Awesome.
Hey, Stephen Dunn said get with his buddy Robin Nelson. They race on down in South Carolina a bunch.
Cool. Awesome. We need to get together.
Yeah, and anybody tap in tonight. Ryan is a friend of ours on Shine Runners. You can look him up, Ryan Godwin, his Facebook page. And actually send him a message, man. That way you can link up, hopefully get new drivers down there.
That's right.
We'll definitely see you on one of these upcoming Sundays.
That sounds great.
All right.
Love to have you.
We're going to take it down to a commercial right quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back. We got a little pit chat before we wrap everything up here this evening. Thank you so much, Ryan. What you're about to witness is a true and factual story. While enjoying a nice summer day at the racetrack, Emmett, unbeknownst to him, ate an astronomical amount of turf circle burners. What happened next is why you should choose A1 portable toilets.
Have those racetrack hot dogs ever made a second appearance? Have you scampering around like the last lap dash at the Daytona 500? Well, worry no more. With A1 portable toilets on your backside, you will have the best seat in the house. A1 portable toilets are a premier choice for all types of portable toilet needs. Construction sites, racetracks, events, big and small, A1 can handle them all. Contact them today at 910-484-5219 or A1portabletoilets@AOL.com.
Man, what an awesome thing. Yes, I know there's been RC cars. I mean, I had one when I was a kid, but I didn't know to that scale. And this close right here by the house that they're actually doing that every Sunday.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, it's really coming back, man. I remember when I was little for Christmas one year, my dad got me a little RC car, and there used to be a small paved track somewhere off of 87 somewhere. And through the years, I went and watched them race. I wrecked mine a lot, just at the house, so I never went and got raced. But Then there was actually carpet. They have carpet tracks.
Carpet tracks, yeah.
Yeah, there was one I think in Aberdeen or something. It was like a huge bank track. But now getting to the dirt lake models, man, that's something we're gonna have to check
Yeah,
out.
definitely. Didn't have to go down there. Maybe set up the Shine Runners tent one
That's
day.
right.
Be good stuff. Well, we're fixing to go in, ladies and gentlemen, to our pit chat and our question of the week. Before we do that, I have to send a big shout out. We forgot to say something about it, and it triggered me, and I just want to send a huge shout out to Carlos Jarmello's team. The other week at Fayetteville, his engine blown. They loaded that car up in the trailer, shot it down to, I think it's Mid-South, is that what he owns?
Yep.
The Mid-South Record Service. Snatched the motor out, put the motor back in the car, loaded it back up, and literally laid the tailgate or laid the trailer down and rolled the car out as the open wheels were coming out on the track, and he
Yeah.
made the feature, dude. So big props going to that pit
Absolutely.
crew and Carlos and those guys for actually putting that work in, man. That's a hard charge right there, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And Dad told us a bunch of stories back in the day with him and the Collinses and Mike Parker and all them, where they'd come from Dublin and actually be tuning the carburetor while they're going down the road. And one guy'd have to spin out so he could change tires and all that stuff to get back on the track. And it takes a lot to get that, but when that racing, it's in your blood. It's in your
A lot
blood.
of logistics going in on that.
Yep. So check this out, everybody. Tina Larson sent in a question tonight to pass around the panel from High Point, North Carolina. And here's the question. Do you feel the same inspection rules that cover NASCAR should cover dirt track racing as well? Again, do you feel the same inspection rules that cover NASCAR should cover dirt track cover dirt track cars as well? And thank you, Tina, for sending your question in. And anybody else that wants to send one in, please send it in to our Shine Runners email. But the answer to me to that question is, the inspection for NASCAR is like tedious. I mean, it's wing heights, everything. I mean, they actually put the car height correct. They put the car heights and all that stuff.
Template.
I don't feel that it should be as equal to a NASCAR inspection, but I do feel like they should start thoroughly inspecting these cars safety-wise before they hit the track.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think NASCAR, like you said, their process is very, very tedious. And not only, their thing, when you go through the tech line at a NASCAR race, if there's one thing off, you get sent out, then you have to start, because they have different sections in NASCAR. So you go through this one, then the next one is it's a whole checkpoint process. So if you get down to the last section and something's wrong, you have to turn around, you have to go all the way back and start all over again for one little thing. Also, I think with all the rules that NASCAR's got, it's taken a lot of the racing out of the team's hands. I think that's what's making NASCAR kind of boring. They're taking away all the gray areas, and there's still a lot of stuff that goes on, but they used to be able to massage those bodies, man, and kind of get a little bit more of an aerodynamic advantage. But no, I don't. I think what they got right now, other than the safety, I think that's one thing that should be the top priority in our dirt race cars, all the way from mod lights and go-karts, which there's not really much safety in go-karts as far as making sure your wheel don't fall off, but all the way up to super late models is making sure these cars are safe.
My opinion is I think dirt late model racing could be more technology, kind of like NASCAR's, but like low budget NASCAR scales or tech line. I just don't like seeing people like protest for stupid reasons. Yeah, that. So I mean, they could change it up a little bit, not too much though.
Imagine, Mike.
You're up.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think they could probably do a few things different. Definitely go over the safety issue with things. Maybe tighten up and those rules that we actually do have. Maybe see some of those enforced. I've seen some of that slide by, but I think the safety is a big thing. That's where I would be at if we get this bowels issue straightened out. I'd like to see that taken care of as well. That's all I got to say about that.
Shandi, I know you've got a very knowledgeable answer about this, so take it away.
Thank you.
Would you like me to read you the question again?
Or would you like me to read your answer off of your paper?
Here, just because I'm taking down notes, because I'm knowledgeable, you You want to take notes on this weekend? Okay, didn't think so. Yeah, finishing second to Matt Carr, looking at the bumper. No, I would go with no, because it's too complicated, and we need to keep dirt track racing simple.
So you just basically copied me and Rooster's answer.
I don't need to make it elaborate, short and sweet.
Miss Tabitha? Famous T.T.?
I'm just going to say that the local dirt track racing, I think they need to put more emphasis on safety as you went across to all classes. I think that's very lax as far as NASCAR racing. I think NASCAR racing's been dead for a few years, and the more they keep doing, the more they're making it worse.
I think the more they leave Brian France in there, the worse it's going to get, personally. On another note, I think they should let them prep tires. I think this whole thing of sending tire samples and, all that stuff up, man, let them go. I mean, that's unlimited. Let them do it.
I'll be honest with you. Donovan Jackson proved the other day as far as prep tires, don't prep tires, and they get mad when people prep tires, and it's crazy. You're racing, go out there and knock it out. And that could be something we can cover on the next one, man. We're actually trying to get somebody in to talk about tire prep and make a whole show about what's going on with tire prep.
Maybe we can get Zoom crew out of hiding and come in here and talk about tire prep.
Maybe. Well, we've got Emmett Christopher in the house right now. We're actually fixing to close the shop here tonight at the Steel, but Emmett's coming in. They got some stuff going on at school, and he just wanted to push again. Emmett is a star of the A1 portable toilet time machine.
That's right.
The Twilight Zone commercial we did.
That's right. And he can tell you all about bad bows.
Yeah, them hot dogs showed up.
He got a hold of one of those Woodline hot dogs. He's lucky he didn't turn into a zombie.
That's right. What's going on, Bo?
Well, as you know, one of the many problems going on is people being homeless and poverty. Well, you look around as like Hurricane Harvey and Irma and all them, you mostly see people not having a home because their houses have been damaged due to flooding or other natural disasters. And there is a YouTube channel by the name of Kid President. He's a lot older now, but he decided to do this thing called Socktober, where any school in the United States donates a pair of socks to anyone who is in need of some sort of clothing. It can range from child to adult. And they're encouraging every school in the United States to donate some sort pair of socks to help somebody that is in need and less fortunate.
Cool. So your school's actually taking up donations?
Yes, our school, along with others in Cumberland County, along with North Carolina, are taking donations till the end of October on Halloween.
Oh, cool, man. It's October.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And it's good. I'm glad to see you come on here, man. And a lot of young kids, all they're thinking about when they get off of school is going home and getting on their Xbox or PlayStation or Atari or whatever it is now. But you taking the time to go out and come on the show and tell us about this, something we might not even have known about. It says a lot about you.
He actually, how old are you now?
I'm 15.
I should know this being you're like my nephew and everything. But Emmett actually had a hand in hosting his first benefit event for Tommy Holden, who went to Cape Fear, and they did a car cruise in and all that stuff out there. So he's doing some good things in the community.
Following the old Rooster's footsteps. Huh?
Don't follow too close. Anyway, a lot of other things coming up this weekend. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be down at the NC Zombie Hunt coming up down at Shaw Mill Road, 1130 Shaw Mill Road there at Triple T Raceway this weekend. A lot of good things going. Like I say, Friday night, man, y'all come out. I'm actually going to be working on the trailer, so we'd love to see everybody come down, shoot some of them zombies, and have a good time and support those guys who were actually Wheelman sponsors for our Shine Runners Racers reunion. The NC Vet Fest is going to be going on Saturday down at Campbellton Landing, where we actually had the Shine Runners Racers reunion. They've got bands, all kinds of stuff's going to be playing. The Bottom Feeders Fishing Club's going to be hosting a catfish tournament down there Friday night, and the proceeds are going to be going back to veterans. So that's going to be a great day down there at Campbellton Landing as well, man. So a lot of cool things going on, man. Hope to see everybody this weekend out at tracks we talked about. And when you walk in, tell them Shine Runners sent you, man. Throw the word around there.
Yeah, I got two, don't want to give two shout-outs. Elvin Matthews, at the age of 62, just won his first Pure Stock Championship at Dublin this year.
Good stuff.
And also, Showtime Sean Sewell, his birthday was yesterday.
Happy birthday, Showtime.
And Miss Felicia and Mr. Joe had a wedding
Anniversary.
anniversary.
That's right.
This past week. So fireworks in the Swan House.
That's right.
Whoa.
And I thought she had went out this week with him on. She said she was getting a little taste of retirement as they took one of those cars out.
Yeah.
So.
It's good to see, man. I love her to death.
Oh yeah,
And,
absolutely. Well, guys, we want to before we get out of here, give a big shout out to all of our sponsors that make this show happen every week. Racin Rooster Catering, A1 Portable Toilets, A1 Landscaping and Lot Clearing, Redline Speed Shop, Racers Reunion presented by Racing as One Productions, Bellinger Signs and Graphics, and Captain Rooster's Flags. Also, you've got till Thursday. Is it 2 p.m.?
2 p.m. tomorrow.
2 p.m. tomorrow. We are pre-ordering hoodies. Go on our Facebook page. Send Miss Tabitha a message. Send a message to the actual Shine Runners Facebook page. We've got navy and pink. We're taking pre-orders till 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then we're going to go ahead and get those ordered. We're also going to be at Rockingham. Is it the 28th and 29th, correct?
October 28th and 29th.
That's right.
For Division 2
Division 2, yep.
race.
Race. And mail time, 3392 Dunn Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina, 28312, care of Shine Runners Racing Radio Show. We've also got merchandise, hats. We've still got some T-shirts that we're selling. Going to get those things out before the winter gets too cold.
Speaking of mail time, man, we didn't have any tonight, and that is a free form of advertisement. I mean, all you got to do is put it in a box, mail it to us, 3392 Dunn Road, Fayetteville, North Carolina, in care of Shine Runners Racing Radio, and we'll open the box, talk about the product, and even put the product to use as we did with Robert McLean and those guys. Shine T-shirts.
I wear that shirt all the time, man.
Yeah, so send it down. We'd love to promote your company for you, as well as there's a lot of different advertising aspects, as we have tables that we'd love to put your company's name on. Those tables will actually be going to Rockingham coming up here in the next couple weeks. We've got commercials, all types of stuff that we'd love to promote your business. If you would like to be on a koozie, get in contact with us, and we would, we'll get your company on a koozie as well.
That's
so
right.
A lot of different cool things coming out. As you heard tonight, people are using people that have, put advertising in with the show. As you heard the great things of CNN pressure washing coming from that review for them. So, hopefully it's all working out for everybody.
Yeah, and make sure you follow us on, Facebook, or like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And before we get out of here, I think Magic Mike's got something that he's got.
Yeah, I got some piggybacking Ryan's information for upcoming races. Dave Rutherford was just letting everybody know that up in Maryland at Potomac Speedway, Budds Creek, the 14th and 15th, they're going to have the limited 1,000 to win, the crates 1,000 to win, street stocks 800, 700 in the the strictly stock, and the U cars is going to be 500. So if you're up in that area, it looks like there's going to be some good action going on up there as well.
Yeah, man.
You never know what's going to happen as far as the weather, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be cold. Go ahead and get you one of them hoodies for that Cash Money 100 coming up at Fayetteville.
Yeah, man. That's going to be an exciting race.
And as soon as we get the word on what's going on with the Ultimates at Dublin, we'll make sure we can let everybody else know.
Absolutely. And if you'd like to send in the question of the week, it's shinerunnersradio@yahoo.com. If none of the crew or anybody else has anything that they'd like to put on for Rooster, Hollywood Racin Ryan, Magic Mike, Miss Jealousy, and the Famous T.T., we are out of here.